What's going on, everybody? How's everyone holding up today? Oh, what a crazy day. Um, Give me a 1 2 1 2 if you can hear me. We're gonna get this thing rolling. Oh man. Okay. So Bitcoin has shaken a lot of people out. You can definitely tell with the altcoins. I do have this trend line drawn here. I mean, if you just go off the wicks, you can see we technically are in this triangle type pattern. I mean, you can make a million different patterns on Bitcoin and validate whatever reasoning you want. So this is my reasoning right here. Honestly, I'd keep an eye on a bounce to the 786, which is around 37,000 for Bitcoin. Hopefully, this is at play here. Just this consolidation till we break out. Um, we'll just have to keep an eye on that. I know in the Discord, Vlad said that Bitcoin finally fell below the channel, which is true. If you chart it that way, there's a million different ways you can chart stuff. But for the time being, let's just keep an eye on it drop down to 37,000. I mean, we really didn't have a nasty drop on BTC today. We only had approximately, I guess 7% is pretty big for Bitcoin. Yeah, but a lot of altcoins are getting wrecked right now. But in my opinion, that's the perfect time to buy. I mean, even the MACD looks like it's about to flip. RSI's down to 38. Everything's getting low and looking like it's about to reverse, in my opinion. I just keep an eye on 37,000 for a bounce back up to this downtrend. For the time being, I mean, I don't think we're blasting above 40,000 for the time. I think we'll be bouncing off 37 and working our way back up here to test this resistance and main resistance channel at 40,000. For Bitcoin. But like I said, it's very hard to chart Bitcoin. Bitcoin's so manipulated by the big markets, by the big whales and whatnot. Um, but inevitably, I do see us consolidating quite a bit and us starting to get a lot of signals of a reversal happening here pretty soon, judged by the MACD and the RSI. So with that, I am going to jump onto PBX real quick because this always happens every time I buy a coin, it instantly craps the bed. I mean, I bought a considerable amount yesterday at 5.4, and then I wake up and look at this. It's 90% oversold. MACD just flipped to reversal, so we're gonna be growing. We don't even have a crossover in the MACD yet, so the MACD looks like it's growing there. 90% oversold. RSI is at 24, so I'm expecting a big reversal here for PBX. Hopefully, in my opinion, but I'm holding PBX long term. I just accumulated quite a bit more, so I'm not looking to buy anymore right now. Personally, if you're looking to get into PBX, now is a great time to buy. That's not financial advice, but I wish I would have held out. Wish I had more buying power because now is a fantastic time to jump into PBX, in my personal opinion. So if you've been teeter-totter and hear me talk about PBX for a long time, now is a great buying opportunity. What's up, Vlad? So what coins do you guys want charted today? I mean, pretty much everything we look at is going to be red. I mean, we can just look at coin market cap here. I think it's just a sea of red. Everything's down. Man, Avalanche is down almost 12%. Polygon's down 9%. Ape's still ripping. Ape is still up. Can't stop Ape. You know what I'm going to look at? I'm going to look at KNC because every time Bitcoin drops, KNC usually rips. Let's see if that's still true. Yeah, so this worked out. I had KNC bouncing off the 382, continuing to a new all-time high. Looks like we're currently back testing the 326. This isn't a valid fib right now, so I'll extend that to the new all-time high. KNC is extremely bullish right now. It actually look, honestly, I'd keep an eye on a slight retracement. So for KNC, I personally can see it go down to 5 and then a bounce up there and work for another all-time high. KNC is just incredibly bullish the entire year. I mean, I wish all the coins looked like this. If you zoom out and take a larger look at KNC, like look at this chart. Since December of 2019, this thing's just been going up. and pretty much since January of this year, it hasn't even it doesn't follow Bitcoin whatsoever. And if you do a deeper dive into this, it's doing a very, very, very tight consolidation up here. So either we're going to be exploding upwards or we're going to have a big retracement here. But personally, I think this big candle right here was due to Bitcoin, but we still haven't put a lower low in yet. So I'd keep an eye on a retracement down to 465 and then working our way up for another all-time high for KNC. KNC is just immune. It's the Moon Juice Factory. So Algo. Okay, so wow, Algo absolutely crapped the bed. Not good. You retrace right down to the main 618. It looks like that's like 26% drop today. RSI is 45% oversold. MACD looks like it's reversing to the downside, so that's not good. Personally, I would keep an eye on the 618 area for Algo at 5.2. We wick to it. We didn't even wick all the way to it. We haven't even had a hard candle close yet. I think the lowest we will go is to the 618 before we reverse back up to the 5. So I think something like this is going to be at play. So let's just keep an eye on the 5.3. I think we'll hard candle there. We could definitely wick below it down to 5. I can see a wick down to 5, but I think the body of the candle is not going to fall below the 618, and I think we'll have a reverse up to 5.8 after that. So hopefully the beginning of next week is bullish, because a lot of these coins are absolutely at their reversal point. I mean, how much lower can we possibly go? Yes, we could go down to 0, but a lot of coins, if you look in the past on the RSI and the MACD, don't go down that low. So a lot of coins that we're looking at right now are at their reversal points. Can some go lower? Absolutely, but a lot of them, I believe, are going to start reversing in the next couple days. So I believe right now is the best buying opportunity. Today and tomorrow are going to be the really good buying opportunities, and I believe this week's not going to be bullish, but I think coins are going to start recovering this week. But for Algo, let's keep an eye on 5.3 for a retracement back up to around 6 cents. I think we wick down to 1. I don't think we hard candle below the 618 for Algo, though. But that is a nasty drop. You guys haven't had that big of a red candle since January of 2022, beginning of the year. Oh, shoot. GST. Yeah, so yeah, maybe you're right. It might actually continue to bleed out till May 3rd and 4th. Forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot about it, but wow, GST has a huge support channel right here. Look at the MACD. It's just hovering right on the 0 mark. Those are some huge wicks. What is this coin? Green. Oh, this is the one that they just launched on Coinbase, the one I was talking about in the Discord to watch out for. So up 3.4%, 506. Infinite max supply. There's probably a reason behind that. I just don't know the utility. Total supply is only 10 million. Circulating supply, there's more circulating than total supply. And the market cap is only 60 million. All-time high of 851. So it hit its all-time high 2 days ago. That was during the Coinbase listing, and the all-time low was 4 months ago at 48 cents. So that was a Coinbase listing, and once you get listed on Coinbase, you tend to have a decent-sized retracement. That can't be right. I must be looking at the wrong GST. There we go. Yeah, I can't find GST. I'm not going to waste my time looking for it. I'll give it one more try. let's move on. So on to DNT. What is DNT doing? Actually had a nice move here on the April 3rd, having a retracement since. I'm going to see if I can get a better chart on DNT with more information. We'll go to right here, calculate by trading view, give us a little bit more data to go off of. Looks like you have a pretty thick support channel down here at 6.6 cents. He actually fell below this main support right here during the Bitcoin dip, but it looks like he had a lot of buying power at 8.3 with this huge green candle. He actually wicked above this resistance and wicked above this the other resistance up here at 13 cents. It's nuts. Let's draw a fib on here. MACD is actually curling up too, so we might have a reversal and work our way up to 13. But I'm going to draw a fib and see if we can try to dissect this a little bit. So if we are just going off the body of the candle, because this is a huge ass wick right here, we're just going to say for the time being we have to keep an eye on the movement up to the 618 at 11.45. RSI definitely bounced off 30 and is tailing back up. We're only currently at 50, so we're at the middle ground on the RSI. We definitely have room to run and reach our 70 area on RSI. If we reach the 70 area, that's actually going to tag us out at this resistance here at 13.29. So if we get over the 618, I think we're heading up to 13.29. I don't think we'll have the whole body go up there. We could have a candle like this. This is just a huge scam wick in my personal opinion. But let's just keep an eye on overtaking the 618 at 11.49 and then working our way up to this resistance 0.5 area at 13.29. I mean, the only resistance you have right now is the 618, and as you can see right now, this wick just blew right through all this. RSI is reset. Looks like the MACD wants to flip green in the next, what is this, the next day or so. So District 0 is kind of looking slightly bullish. I think we'll be working our way up to 13.29 before we hit any more turbulence. So let's keep an eye on a movement up to 13.29 if we overtake the 618 at 11.5 for DST. ENS. It's in the game. Man, why can't I find any good charts on this thing? ENS. Yeah, well, this is what we'll go off of. Man, you're giving me hard ones. So the chart right now, MACD looks like it wants to grow. RSI is actually up to 63. So the RSI is maxed out. You can see it's well over the overbought area, over the green line, which is the overbought area on this RSI multi-length. So let's draw a fib on this and just do a little dissecting. So if we go off the RSI being oversold right now and the MACD looks like it usually taps out around this area as well, we could see a slight movement up, but I think we're going to be looking for a retracement. We need to pick up some more juice, some more fuel for our ship for ENS. So I'd keep an eye on a retracement down to the 618 right here, or not 618, the 382 area. If we fall below 382, I think 5 would be the bottom for continuation higher. I mean, honestly, we could actually go down to the 618 and it would still be bullish because we had the slight red wick, but I really wouldn't want to tempt fate heading down there. So for the time being, let's look for a retracement to the 382 at $19. If we fall below $19, 1765 looks like it'd be the next stop. So I think let's keep an eye on $19 for a continuation higher. That would give us enough room to fall back below this green line on the RSI and give us some more running momentum to blast up here. This would actually... Yeah, this would be good for the MACD as well. The MACD would get another large green candle, but once we start moving up there, we're going to have to look for some more reversals back. But for the short term, I think we're going to be retracing down to at least $19 for a continuation up. If we fall below 19, keep an eye on the 5 at 1736. But I don't think we're dropping below the 618 right now. This thing is in a... You can see it's been bullish since this red wick right here. So since February 24th, it's been making its lower lows and higher lows and higher highs. So this is definitely in play. Clover is at an all-time low. You think it's a good time to buy? I'd be financial advice, but I personally think a lot of coins are at great. A lot of coins have a great opportunity to be bought up right now at the prices that they are currently at. So if I wanted Clover, I would definitely be buying some if I was a long-term holder. and I believed in it, especially as at an all-time low. It's always awesome to get coins at an all-time low. Yeah, they could drop lower, but picking up a coin at an all-time low is a great great feeling. Because imagine all this waiting to get into Clover, and it's never been this low before in its history. Why not pick it up at that price, right? I mean, it's just like waiting up here for it to go down, or go. Yeah. If you believe in it, buy it. You can see it's actually oversold by 45% too, so we could be seeing a nice reversal here coming up. MACD is hovering around 0, so MACD is kind of hovering around the reversal too. So with fibs, it's very hard to chart. I mean, we can go off fibs, but this is more prediction now than actual TA, because we are in price discovery here, being at a new all-time low. So we're in price discovery here. So everything I'm saying right now is pretty much a prediction. I mean, I can get yeah, I'll do my best, but take what I say here with a grain of salt. I don't want you to make any financial decisions off this one. I don't really want you to make any financial decisions. Okay. So for the time being, we do... Here, I'll clear that one up. It looks a little sloppy. There we go. So for the time being on Clover, we are oversold, 45% oversold. MACD looks like it wants to flip. We haven't crossed over yet, but we're going to be looking for a crossover here on the MACD. Once we cross over on the MACD, I believe that's when the RSI is going to start flipping too. And with the RSI being oversold by 45%, I think we're going to be looking for a nice pump here in the next couple days. Nice pump, I don't mean going to the moon. Nice pump as a relief rally. So I would personally keep an eye on this price. What are we at right now? 25.42. I'd keep an eye on 25 cents. If I wanted to buy Clover, I would put a buy order in at 25 cents. And if it got filled, it got filled. If not, so be it. 25 cents is a nice number to get a coin at, because everything you buy is divisible by 4 if you think about it as a dollar amount. So I would actually put a buy-in order at 25 cents if I wanted to pick up some Clover. And then if we start reversing, we have the fib areas of the 786, 618, and 382. So if we start reversing, our next stop would be 26 cents. And then on the micro would be 28 cents, and then 30 cents. And then we can start talking to going higher from there. Let me see if there's another chart on Clover that has a little bit more data. No, they all look the same. Yikes, that prediction was wrong. We actually fell through the 1618 on this as well. Yeah, so to continue on my story, I would just keep an eye on that 25-cent range. I would actually put a buy-in order at 25 cents if I wanted more Clover. And then keep an eye on a relief rally on this micro fib to the 786 at, yeah, what is this, 27, then 30 cents. And then 31. We'll assess the situation at a later date. I'll do an update video tomorrow on Clover, because being at an all-time low, this is pretty much all predictions and not really going off hardcore TA. But the RSI is definitely reset at overbought by 45%. The MACD looks like it wants to cross over. So with that, I'm saying we're going to have a relief rally here pretty soon on Clover. So right now would probably be a great time to buy it. PBX. Yeah, I went over PBX at the beginning. But I'll look at it again since it's my baby, I guess. I actually bought a considerable amount of it at 5.2 or 5.2 yesterday. And every time I buy a coin, it usually tanks after that. You can talk to Chef in the Discord about that. He's been trying to get me on KNC. I finally got some KNC since it always rips. And as soon as I bought into it, it started dropping like a rock. It's actually oversold by 90%. That is crazy. It's oversold by 90%. MACD looks like it wants to flip over. I think we're going to be seeing a nice pump here from PBX. It's also at an all-time low. I'm holding this coin long-term. So I could draw, I don't like drawing a fib off the initial coin launch, because that's just the initial coin launch. You can't get a whole lot of data off that. But as of right now, I mean, you could just draw micro fibs like this. You can see we currently got stopped at the 5 on PBX. Our worst case scenario is if we fall below 4.8, our next stop would be 3.7. If we drop down to 3.7, I know after I first bought PBX, I said, okay, I reached my goal and stopped buying PBX. And then I bought a lot more PBX. So if we drop down here, I'll probably buy some more PBX. But personally, with the RSI being 90% overbought and being at 24 and the MACD looking like it's about to flip bullish, I would keep an eye on a good relief rally right here. I mean, I think we'll be blasting up to around 5.7 to 7 on this reversal for PBX. So if you've heard me talk about PBX, now would actually be a very good time to get in my personal opinion. That's not financial advice, but Being at an all-time low, it's always a good thing to buy a coin at an all-time low. Why not, right? Um, but I think things are still going to be shaky until around May 3rd, May 4th for the Fed meeting. So we could see some more volatility. But I think this coin's going to have a nice relief rally here in the next couple days. So let's look at the Ape coin real quick. The coin that's immune to Bitcoin. This thing's just been ripping and ripping. It is the Energizer Bunny. It's actually staying in this channel very, very good. So I'm going off the day there. We're going to switch that to the 4 hour. Yeah, look at that. So Ape actually looks like it's retracing down to the 5. I'd currently... Hang on one sec. Okay, yeah, I'd currently keep an eye on another red candle here. The next candle starts in approximately 8 minutes. I think the lowest to go on Ape is around 1950 before we have a reversal higher. Ape's been extremely bullish staying in this channel. It's been in this channel since, what is this, April 11th. So I could definitely see something like this happening for Ape. Let's just keep an eye on 1970 to 1950 for that reversal and continuation on Ape. MACD is red right now. We just had that crossover and the MACD is getting larger. So that kind of validates the move down to 1950 before we reverse back up. You can see on the RSI, the RSI is below the red line. So currently it is oversold, but it's only at 48 right now. So there's definitely room to run down to the 30 before we have a pump up as well. So I'd keep an eye on 1970 to 1950 on Ape, and then I think we're going to be reversing, and Ape's going to do its thing and run up for another all-time high. My personal opinion anyways. Ape seems pretty immune to Bitcoin, even though that's a fat red candle right there. So with that, guys, open floors. Who wants their coins charted tonight? I'm going to open me a LaCroix. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at all this red. Solana's down 10%. Wow, Cardano's down to 75 cents. That is oh man. I wish I had a ton of money. I'd be buying some more Cardano, honestly. I did pick up some Luna. That's a good price to pick Luna up at. Polygon's almost down to $1. Avalanche got hit hard today. Uniswap's down 12. Algo's down 11.6. Ethereum Classic's down 10. HBAR's down 11. Filecoin's almost down 20%. Man, great opportunity to buy some coins, guys, but just be patient and do your due diligence. But I'm looking for more coins to pick up during this strip. So with that, we'll get into Hive, H-I-V-E. What is Hive? Let's take a look. Hive down 6.2% at 80 cents. Looks like total supply is infinite. There's probably a reason behind that. Circulating supply is 371 million, almost a 300 million market cap. All-time high of 341 5 months ago. All-time low of 8.7 2 years ago. If you look at the max compared to market cap, coins have been gradually being put in the circulation. Looks like it's currently available on these exchanges down here. The leader being up a bit with the largest 24-hour volume. So let's look at Hive. We'll probably chart it on the Binance. What even is this? It's supposed to be a stable coin? Huh. It's probably the wrong one. Here we go. Here we go. So it's currently oversold by 1818 right now. So we are in the oversold. So that's actually a good indication of a reversal coming. MACD just had a crossover. So I'd keep an eye on that as well. Currently working our way down, but I think we'll be working our way back up a little bit. Let's draw a fib on this and try to dissect it a little bit further. So we got that fib, and we could even extend it further to here. Yikes, 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 yikes. What is this validating? Yeah, that is a nasty drop right there. 18% oversold. I'd actually keep an eye on a movement down here to 75 cents. I mean, you have no other support down here. I think they're going to see a little bit more volatility here. I think we're going to see about another 3 to 4% drop on this before we reverse back up to 80 cents. With it being oversold 18%, it's hard to say, but the MACD looks like it's growing. I mean, you did have that crossover here, and it started flipping bearish, and it's continuing to grow. So until this crosses back over, I can't be bullish on it. So let's just keep an eye on a retracement down to this area right here at 75 cents, and then I think we'll have a relief rally from there. So personally, I think Hive's going down to 85 cents for a reversal up to 81. This is a very, very choppy chart. So I think you're going to have a better buying opportunity in the near future for Hive if you're looking to pick up some more. So PYR. Oh, looks like last time I charted this was April 10th. Wow, this thing tanked. Let's start fresh. Yikes. Currently it says it's oversold by 100%. Take that with a grain of salt, but it does look like we're about to hit a reversal right here. You are in no man's land support area though. I mean, we could actually, there's kind of a support area right here, so I'm going to draw a ray for you guys. You can see you had quite a bit of support back here, so I'm going to draw this as well. Yeah, I'd honestly keep an eye on this. You're in no man's land support area. We could actually see this going down. Could be seeing something like this on the MACD forming, which would bring us down to the 1 at around $7. That'd be I can't see that happening. Honestly, I can't see that happening. I think the lowest we can possibly go is right down here at this support area. So honestly, let's keep an eye on $7 and I would say $7.50 range, and then from there we're going to be reversing, trying to overtake these. But you guys have been in a downtrend since April 5th. I mean, if you zoom out further, you've been in a downtrend a lot longer than that. But on the micro downtrend, you've been in a downtrend since April 4th. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on a bounce down to 750 and then a retracement up from there. It says it's currently 100% oversold, but the MACD seems like it wants to go down lower. So with that, this would actually be a valid move, 750 for continuation up to $8. So I think that's going to be the case here, 750 to $8 for PYR. So with that, API 3 is down quite a bit too. I don't know if you guys own any API 3, but we're actually going to go over Jasmy real quick because I made a video on that this morning, and Jasmy's just been crapping the bed. Wow, totally wrong. Holding up to this 1.7 support though, I think that's what I did call that. So this 1.7 support's holding up great. This is definitely our lifeline here for Jasmy. 1.7. If we fall below that, we're going to have a very, very rough time. You can see back down here, Once we broke above this resistance, it was a move straight up. Once we tagged that, it was a move straight down here. So I think that's the case as well. If we fall below 1.7 and we start bleeding out a little bit, I think a retracement down to 1.1 is inevitable. Just a slow bleed out effect. You know, the Jasmine special, just like this. If we fall below this 1.72. Currently the RSI is at 34, so in my opinion it's oversold. MACD looks like it wants to flip bullish. You can see the humps are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then we have this it looks like it's about to cross over into bullish. So I'd personally be keeping an eye on a slight pump for Jasmine. I don't think it's going to go to the moon or anything like that, but I think we're going to be overtaking the 786 and heading up towards this resistance channel right here at 2. We really need to overtake 2. We really need to get that that price back. So I'd personally think Jasmine's heading up to 2. If we overtake 2, we could definitely see us off to the races to 2.8. But we'll assess the situation at that time. Short term, I'd keep an eye on a pump up to 2. If we overtake 2, we have the 618 up here at 2.5, which would still validate this downtrend. I mean, I guess you can call that a reversal because this is the lowest low right there. So keep an eye on 2. If we break 2, our next stop's the 618 here at 2.5. But I think Jasmine's about ready to blast up to 2 personally. If we fall below 172 though, it's going to be very, very bad. It's going to be bad. But I think we're heading up to 2 cents to battle it out there for the time being on Jasmine. So with that, guys, open floor. Who wants their coin started? If not, I'm just going to continue rattling off these random ones. Let's look at Filecoin. That thing just tanked today. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Wow, that is bad. Man, that wicked right below the 1-2. Someone actually was able to pick up Filecoin at 1165. So that wick is the lowest that this coin was bought for. Someone actually sold Filecoin at 1165, and someone actually was able to get. That's a steal right there. That is a disgusting red candle. $14 was your support. Wow. Did we put in an all-time low for Filecoin? Yeah, we just put a new all-time low in on Filecoin too. All-time high of $236, all-time low of 1308 1 hour ago. That is nuts. So if you want to pick up a coin or Filecoin at an all-time low, I think now's your time to definitely do that. For the time being, it's very difficult to chart this since it is in price discovery, but we'll give it our best shot. We'll clean it up and we'll start fresh. So as of right now, it's currently 100% oversold, which is kind of obvious with this big red candle. MACD is, let's zoom in a little bit closer, did have that crossover in the massive drop. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the MACD. I think the MACD is going to start reversing as well. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on the retracement back up to the 786 at $15. If we break above 15, I think we're going to be seeing some big candles to catch up here. When a coin drops like this and makes a new all-time low, someone dropped a massive bag right there. Usually it's bought up rather quickly, and it looks like you guys held up at $14 there. So let's keep an eye on the 786 at 15. If you break over 16, I think we're going to see a quick movement up here to this resistance channel at 17. So I think we're going to be recuperating the $17 here pretty fast, personally, on Filecoin. Especially with Filecoin being, what is this, number 40? It's ranked number 40. I can definitely see a movement back up to $17 happening really fast on Filecoin once we get over the 786 at $15. But man, that is nuts. Great buying opportunity right there. So one, wow, that fell off the table. Absolutely fell off the table. I'm guessing when you said one, you want to look at Harmony One art. Am I correct? Down 17.1% at 7.4. All-time low is 001 2 years ago. All-time high was 6 months ago. So we're not even close to the all-time low, and I don't think we'll ever reach that all-time low again, because I'm guessing they put more coins in circulation. So let's jump on one. So one currently states that it's 100% oversold. MACD looks like it wants to continue lower, though. We're not curling up, so I think we could be seeing a little bit more downwards movement for one before we continue higher. Let me zoom out here and see if I can draw. We're going to have to go off a lower low for the fib here. What are we going to go off of? Yeah, so 786, bounced off 786, currently oversold. We're going to start making some big movements up here. So when you have big retracements like this, you usually start recovering rather fast once we start flipping bullish. The MACD is not bullish yet, but according to the RSI, we are massively oversold, which is a great opportunity to buy. When a coin's oversold, it's a fantastic time to start buying. So I would actually look for a large movement up here to the 618 to 9 cents. Or something like that, and then we'll assess the situation at the time. Usually when you have big drops like this, you recover nicely. Not immediately, but eventually. A lot of these capitulations equal big movements after the capitulation. So personally, let's keep an eye on the 786 at 7.3. If we fall below 7.3, we're in no man's land. I mean, you guys got some support down here at 6.2. So if we fall below the 786, our next stop would be around 6 cents, 6.2, I believe. But that's a nasty drop. I think we're to be seeing a decent recovery from it, back up to around 9 cents in the next couple days. So we're going to go over QSP. QSP is actually holding up pretty good. I'm still bullish on QSP. I mean, it's just been consolidating. You guys have these big drops, but you have massive buys once you drop down to 6 cents. And me personally, it looks like we're doing this nice consolidation right here. So I would actually keep an eye for a breakout on QSP here. Let's see if I can draw a fib to validate any of this up. Yeah, 786 is actually sitting right in the bottom of this, and that's where we're getting that support on this this triangle. So for the time being, I think we're going to be retracing to the 786 at around 6.3 and just continually doing this until we have our breakout. So yeah, QSP is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. I said that back here, but that's back before Bitcoin crapped the bed. I was like, hey, we're consolidating, had the capitulation, then the shot, and then we bled out a little bit, but we're reenacting this right here, and I think we're to be seeing a decent sized breakout for QSP in the next couple days. Currently RSI is sitting at around 46, so we're sitting around the 50 range, which is good. MACD sitting pretty much at 0, so that's good. I just think we're going to be testing the bottom of this again and continuing this consolidation and coiling up like a spring until we release all this energy and blast up to around 8 cents. I mean, we definitely need to have a candle close over 8 cents, the 7.9 resistance. You can see we've tested it quite a few times in the past, but just with wicks. Wick there, wick there. These are all wicks right here. We need a full body candle to get over this so we can finally start working our way up to higher highs on QSP. And I think our next attempt for QSP taking over 8 cents is coming up pretty soon. Doesn't seem like it was super affected by Bitcoin's drop. And the 786 is holding up great. So with that, I'll do Spell. Yikes, Spell. Continually making lower lows. So, according to this, RSI is 100% oversold. You're currently at 20 on the RSI. MACD continues to grow larger. But personally, I think this coin's going to see a nice reversal as well and head up here to battle it out at this resistance at 3.5. I mean, I personally don't have a fib to validate that because we are in price discovery and not the good kind of price discovery. We're on the downwards price discovery, which is no fun for anybody. But it's a great buying opportunity if you believe in Spell long term. For the short term, though, let's just keep an eye on a reversal up to this support or resistance channel at 3.3. Once we overtake 3.3, we can talk about 3.5. But I think a gradual build up to this resistance area is going to be happening pretty soon, at least to this resistance channel at 3.3, and then we'll assess that at the time. So with that, I think a lot of coins that had capitulations like this are going to start having a reversal back up. So if you guys are into flip plays, it might not be a bad idea to find, like Vlad just said, pick some big percentage movers and jump in for that recovery and try to flip the recovery. Like Filecoin dropping that much and being ranked number 40, that's definitely going to recover in my personal opinion. That would be a fantastic flip play. That's not financial advice. That's just it just looks like a fantastic flip play. Ranked number 40 in the crypto market, down 20% today. I think that's going to recover very nicely. But for Spell, let's just keep an eye on a movement up to 3. I personally don't think we're falling any lower for the time being, but obviously I can be wrong. But judging by the charts and everything like that, it looks like we're going to be seeing that slight recovery up to around 3 cents to 3.5 on Spell. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. So VXV. Wow, VXV had a pretty nasty drop today too. VXV is only down 5% today, but that's a pretty nasty drop. All-time low was 1 cent 2 years ago. All-time high was 8 months ago at 19. Judging by the chart, I had this downtrend drawn and it's still valid. RSI says it's 100% oversold. MACD did flip over here on April 29th and doesn't look like we're going to be converging anytime soon. But personally, I think we're going to be recovering up to 152 for VXV if we hold this 140 range. If we fall below 140, it's going to be very bad. If we fall below 140, our next stop's 130, which is a pretty nasty drop. But for the time being, I'm going to try to be bullish on this. Judging by the RSI being oversold and everything like that. But if the MACD continues to grow and we grow back to something like was here on April 12th on the MACD, a movement down to 130 is not invalid. But we just need to keep an eye on the support channel here at 140. If 140 holds, I think a movement up to 152 to this channel is definitely a valid move, especially with only being at 26.4 on the RSI. A movement like this is definitely a valid move, but also the movement downwards is a valid move. So you're saying, oh, the coin can go up and go down. That's a great analysis. I'm just giving you guys a scenario right here. You have to keep an eye on $1.40. That's going to tell that story. If we have an open below this, below $1.40 and a close below this, I'd keep an eye on a movement downwards to 30 cents. But for the time being, it's not doing that. So I'm saying we're moving back up to 150 to test this downtrend a little bit more. So personally, I would bank on VXV having that recovery pump rather than the crap in the bed pump. If I had to put money down on it, I think it would be recovering more than dropping lower for VXV. So let's just keep an eye on a movement back up to 150, 145, 150 for VXV, and then we'll assess the situation at a later time. So with that, we'll do IMX. Actually, we'll do Chef Nature, and since he's OG Gold, gets priority. We'll do XDC. How does XDC look? XDC down 5% at 6.2. All-time low 3 years ago. All-time high of 19. So let's jump into this bit. Wow. I haven't charted this in a while. That is a massive move. Chef, did you get in down here for XDC? If you did, congrats. XDC's been looking pretty good. Pretty much since the capitulation here on February 24th. We're going to extend this all the way back up to the top. Currently, looks like we are stopping at the 382 area. So if we extend this to the top. Yeah, we're going to go right here. I'd keep an eye on this 382 area for XD. What is this? XDC. The MACD is looking like it's about to cross over, so I would personally keep an eye on a drop down. MACD looks like it's about ready to flip. RSI is at 57. RSI looks like it's going to continue downwards as well. So I don't think this 382 holds. We have a small support channel here at 6 cents. Personally, I don't think 6 cents hold. After a big pump like this and the way the market's going, there's two different scenarios that I can see here. A retracement down to the 5 and then a recuperation pump back to the 382, or having a larger retracement back down to this main support at 5.8 and then working our way back up. I think one of those is more of a valid move than bouncing off the 382 right now. MACD looks like it's about to cross over and flip bearish. RSI is a little high in my opinion, and it looks like it's dropping down. So I'd keep an eye on a movement down to around 6 cents, and if it breaks below 6 cents, this main support area is, I think, guaranteed going to hold with the 786 main support right here. So the bullish scenario, if you want to call it bullish, is bouncing off the 5 at around 6 cents. I think 6 cents and then a continuation higher is definitely a valid move, but we'll have to assess the situation at that time. If 6 cents doesn't hold, then we'll just keep an eye on this area. But after a huge pump like this, you need to come down and get some more moon juice. You guys used all your moon juice up. You need to go back to the brewery and acquire some more moon juice for takeoff. So I think a drop down to 6 cents is definitely a valid move, and it's actually a healthy move. You can't continue to go up forever. Nothing can go up forever, and after a massive pump like this, it's definitely healthy to retrace back down. So keep an eye on 6 cents for XDC for a continuation up from there. So with that, we'll get into IMX. Looks like I haven't charted this since April 17th. Let me just clear all this. So IMX also had a pretty nasty drop today. Got some support at $1.35. Let's draw a fib on this bad boy and see what's going on. So that's a large fib. We're going to have to go off a micro fib for this thing. Where is it validating? It's respecting this right here. Looks like it's 100% oversold according to this RSI indicator. It's at 21 right now, which is oversold. I mean, if you're below 30, it's oversold. MACD doesn't look like it's about to cross over, so my personal opinion, I think we're going to be heading down a little bit more before we move back up. So I would keep an eye on $1.30. I think we'd actually go down to $1.30, which the RSI would go down a little bit more, but the MACD would start reversing at that point. So I think we're going to be having a full body candle to $1.30. We most likely will wick below that, but I don't think we'll be having the body of the candle fall below the 786 down here at $1.30. Once that happens, we can start talking about our recuperation pump back up to the 618 here at $1.50. I think that is the best case scenario right now. Is heading down to 130 for a recuperation to 150. I mean, if we fall below 130, what is the lowest this coin's ever been? That'll give us an idea. So 110 was the lowest 2 months ago. I don't see us going down there personally. I think this is the valid move right here. A bounce off 130, continuation up to the 618 at 150. Because if we fall below this, there's no support. It's free fall down to $1.07, which I don't $1.10. I mean, to that all-time low. And I don't think we're to be reaching a new all-time low for this unless Bitcoin decides that it's going to crap the bed. I think we're approaching our reversal right now for IMX at 130, continuation up to 150. But let's just keep an eye on this, and we'll assess the situation at a later time. Gamium is a huge steal right now. What is Gamium? Oh, GMM. Oh, is this one of those crap coins? 0052 down 34%. All-time high 28 days ago at 1 cent. All-time low 1 month ago at 0016. Oh, this is one of those shit coins. It came out in March of 2022. Moonshot gamble coins. Pardon my language. Oh, but it's actually on some exchanges. I guess I can't say that since I don't know exactly what the coin is, right? I can try to chart it, but it's not going to be it's not going to have a lot of data to go off of, but we'll give it a try. You're back. Welcome back. Yeah, man, I can't chart this. I mean, I can give it a shot, but there's just not a lot of data to go off of. Oversold 90%. Max D doesn't look like it's crossing over. Looks like the Max D is going to continue downwards. If I draw a fib right here, you can see we currently got stopped at the 786, which is, I guess you can say, kind of bullish. So for the time being, let's just keep an eye on a movement up to around 6.6, 6.7 for this coin. If we fall below here, there's really no data to go off of for support levels. I mean, you can technically say this right here is a support level, but there's just not enough data to go off of. But if we just go off what we have, if we fall below the 786 at 005, our next step would probably be 0037, 004. But for the time being, the 786, let's just keep an eye on a bounce up to the 618 here at 66. That's the best I can do. It says we're oversold by quite a bit, so a reversal is inevitable. MACD though is continually growing. Yeah, I tried a Jasmine. A couple coins ago, maybe like 4 or 5 coins ago, I did Jasmine. With that, we'll go over Pro. Yikes. So Pro right now, yeah, I think Pro's gonna be working its way up towards 2-2. MACD looks like it's curling up. RSI is at 40. Looks like that's curling back up. Let me see if I can draw any fibs to validate that, though. I mean, I can technically say it, but I don't have any info to go off of. Yeah, so right now, personally, I'd keep an eye on a slight movement down to the top of this resistance channel at 150. I think this coin's going to go down to 150, and that's going to be our relief rally. And I don't think we'll hard candle up here, but I think we'll get another wick up here. I think this thing's going to have a decent size reversal. How big of a move would that be? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 50%. I think for the short term on Pro, let's keep an eye on a bounce off 50 cents and then testing the 786. I think this is most likely than not, the thing that's going to happen. A bounce off 150, continue up to this resistance channel and have some sort of volatility around $1.70. And then I think we're going to peak out at around 180 at the 786. And then we'll have to assess the situation at that time of how big of a retracement we can go. Because you can see we currently are making a higher low if we reverse right here. So something like this could definitely be a valid move. But that's long-term prediction. For the short term, let's just keep an eye on the bounce at the top of this support channel for a continuation up to the 786 area at $1.80 for Pro. I think Pro is about ready to flip and have a relief rally. Yo, Chef Nature, and welcome to the Charting Crypto OG Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting the channel. So, with that, I think we looked at Zilliqa earlier today, but let's see what that thing's doing. Where is it? I'm like a brain fart right now. Yeah, Zilliqa made a pretty nasty drop today as well. I know I charted on a video this morning, but we're gonna dive back into this thing, see what's going on. Dang. So according to this, we're 100% oversold. MACD is actually deviating from the crossover, so it looks like we might be heading down a little bit further. So for Zilliqa, I'd keep an eye on around 6.5 cents, and then have a reversal up to the 786 area. Or 618 area. So bounce off the 786 and test the 618 area at 8 cents. This would still validate this downtrend. So more likely than not, I think this is the case. Bouncing off 6.5 for a continuation up to 8 on Zilliqa. If we fall below 786, we'll have to assess that situation, but that would be a pretty nasty drop. There's really no support in this empty space right here. So we'd have to assess the situation at that time. But for the short term, I think we're bouncing off 6.5, continuing up to around 8 cents. Anything for you, Buttercup. Thanks, Sweet Pea. Yeah, so bounce off 6.5, continuation up to around 8 cents, I believe. Definitely got to get CC set up on Streamlabs to celebrate new members like Chef with... I don't know what Streamlabs is. Maybe send that information over in the Discord. I'd like to look into it. Because out of everyone, Chef has supported this channel immensely, and I really appreciate it. So with that, we're going to get into SRM. So SRM right now is pretty much on life support. It looks like we have a lot of support down here. It says we're 100% oversold. We had the slight crossover. The MACD really isn't making up its mind. We're hovering around 0. Let me look at what SRM actually is real quick. Not ARM, SRM. I hate when the computer thinks it knows better than me. Okay, so SRM down 10% at $1.80. 10 billion max supply. Yeah, I'd be careful on this. So there's 10 billion max supply and only 261 million circulating. So they're able to unload quite a bit more coins into circulation, which could drastically affect the coin's price long term. And the market cap's already almost $500 million. All-time high 8 months ago, all-time low a year ago. Let's just dive into this and see what's going on. So we're going to go off the lowest bottom to this recent top. You're holding at the 786 right now. 786 is your life support. If we fall below that, you can see you do have some support here at 174. But personally, we have to reverse now, or it's going to be bad. We could, if we fall below the 786, I could definitely see us dropping well down to this one area at $1.65. But for the time being, you have not fallen below the 786. So let's just keep an eye on the price that we're currently at, 178. We can't fall below that. If we fall below 178, I think 170 would be the bounce up to the 786. So definitely something like this. I know there's no fib or anything to back this up, but it's those round numbers. I mean, you can see down here, if I draw a ray, you had a lot of support and resistance in this area. And with it currently being oversold, a reversal is inevitable. Just when is that going to happen? So I would keep an eye on a bounce down to around 175, and then a continuation up to the 786 at 188, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. I mean, this coin's been in a downtrend since March 30th, and on the if we zoom out and look at the larger chart, you've pretty much been in a downtrend since April or September of 2021, which pretty much all coins have since September, November of 2021. Yeah. So let's just keep an eye on a bounce off 175 for continuation up to 188 or 618 area. If the 786 doesn't hold, that's what I'm thinking about SRM. With that, who wants their coins charted? See if there's any charting requests on the Discord channel. Looks like XRP. I guess I can look at XRP. Wow, XRP is not looking good at all. 100% oversold. MACD just crossed over again to the bearish side. I can readjust this fib. Yikes. We're going to have to go off a different fib here. I'm going to start fresh. Hang on, I'm going to do a little bit of dissecting on this real quick for you guys. I'm going to learn y'all real quick. So you can see there's a lot of support right here because all these candles are touching it. As of right now, it looks like we're back testing that support area. If we get rejected here at 60 cents for XRP, I think XRP is going to see a nasty drop down to 5.5. I know it says we're 100% oversold, but the MACD doesn't want to reverse. And just judging by the chart and having no real support here, this is your lifeline to get back over. And I mean, you did tag this back in January 2020 or January 22nd. So personally, I'd keep an eye on this resistance if you don't break 60 cents. I mean, if we don't break 60 cents soon, XRP I believe is going to bleed down to 55. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. So XRP, I don't think is going to be flipping bullish for the time being unless we break above 60. If we break above 60, we can talk about laddering up to the 786 at 62. But just judging by how everything's moving right now and this chart, I think a movement down to 55 cents would be valid. But I think if we have a capitulation like that, it's going to look very similar to a recovery like this. You can see back in February when Bitcoin dropped massively, we had the big capitulation and a big buyback. And if we have that, I mean, you can technically say this is a big drop right here, but you can see we dropped hard and then we dropped even harder and then we recovered. And this would be the drop hard, drop harder recovery. So let's just keep an eye on 55 cents for XRP. ENJ. Oh, I haven't tried this in a while. Whoa, that thing, that thing, definition of shit in the bed right there. Oh man, I got some deer in my yard right now. My dog might be going crazy here in a second. Let's try to jump into some engine coin. I want to take a closer look at this. $13.3, almost at $1. All-time lows 4 years ago. Pretty dang sure they put more coins in circulation since then. Yes, they did. I think this dollar range is going to be very critical for Engine. Those whole numbers when you drop from 3 down to 2, or these round numbers is $1 is a very psychological thing for buyers and holders for some reason. So you can see we actually wicked down to 1009 and got bought up right there. $1 is going to be super crucial for this coin. I'm actually going to draw this right here. $1. Not exactly on $1, but close enough, right? Then we'll draw a fib on this bad boy, and we'll start dissecting it. Yikes, I'm going to have to draw a massive fib on this thing. Yeah, personally, RSI is 100% oversold. The MACD, it's not looking like it's crossing over quite yet, but I think we're going to be heading down to that dollar range for Engine, and I think that dollar range is going to be our lifeline, and I think we'll be reversing. Just like Filecoin, how it dropped massively, I think Engine might actually be a good flip play. I'm actually going to write this down real quick so I can do a little bit more research on it for myself. I might actually try flipping this coin. Put a buy order in at 99 cents and then just hold it and try to flip it once it heads up back to the main support of 126. I think that's what I'm going to do. Don't follow me. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about crypto. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. But I think I actually might try to flip this coin. Buy order in at 99 and then try to sell it at around 125 on the relief pump. So let's just keep an eye on a drop down to the dollar range and then gradual rise back up to around 125, 126. I'm not saying it's going to be a straight up candle like this, but this coin's, what is this coin, ranked number 90, so it's not super bad. But for the time being, let's keep an eye on a dollar. I'm going to put a buy order in at 99 cents. If it gets filled, it gets filled. And then I'm going to ride that out and hopefully try to flip it for some profit. This looks like a great flip opportunity in my opinion. That's not financial advice. That's just what I'm going to try to do with this coin. MACD and the RSI are oversold, so I think we're going to be seeing the relief pump from here up to 125. Hopefully we hit that 99 cents because that's where I'm putting my buy order in at as soon as we get off the live stream. Did I go over ENS? No, I didn't, so let's go over ENS. Wow, ENS is ripping. What happened? ENS is up 29.7% at $21. Yo, what sort of catalyst came out for this? Why is this coin pumping? So February 24th, 2 months ago, was the all-time low. November 11th was the all-time high 6 months ago. Whoa, look at all these scribbles. Who's been scribbling on my chart? I don't even remember when I did this. I'm going to clean that up. Yeah, so as of right now, I think there's still room to run up on the MACD. I mean, we're not